we go.
I do appreciate that your head is moving just enough off the green screen that you're being severed.
This way? There.
That's great.
Now I'm at the edge, so like I can just disappear off the edge.
Hey! I have made it on the interwebs.
I need to pull up the picture. So welcome, Camber. What is your social media presence? It's at...
Kyrie Celeste. I can type it in the chat.
Nah, I got it.
If you need help spelling it again.
I got it. It remembers from last week. There you go. Yes. This is Camber Kirchmeier from the Free Play Arcade Community Group, the writer of CosFreePlay. And let me just bring the chat. I'm going to cover up me with the chat. That's fine.
No, don't do that.
Well, there's not many places to put it. Yeah, me. Because I still need more real estate because I got to find the target photo that you gave me.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so you do a CosFreePlay post every Thursday. You've been kind enough to join us. This is the second week in a row now for CosFreePlay Live. And who are you cosplaying today?
I will be putting on Sheila from the 80s Dungeons & Dragons cartoon that was on TV back before I was alive. But a classic cartoon for anyone who likes really terrible 80s cartoons or possibly Dungeons & Dragons. So we talked so much about 80s stuff last week on here that it inspired me to make this entire costume this week.
Wow, so this is start to finish done this week during all of this.
Yes, I had previously thrifted all the materials for this outfit, I don't know, 5 months ago, and they've just been sitting in a box in the corner of my sewing room because I just hadn't got around to like feeling compelled to make it. And then I was like, you know, it would be a perfect thing to make in like a week? This costume.
Well, let's have a look at this character. There we go.
See, I already got my ugly purple tunic on, or whatever color this is.
Purplish, somewhere in the realm of purple.
Something in the fuchsia variety. But yeah, the whole reason the original reason why I wanted to make this costume.
Ian says it's mauve.
Mauve, that's a good color. I wanted to see if I could make a whole costume from completely thrifted materials / like dollar store materials. So, because I know me and you have had this conversation in the past about how cosplay is expensive.
It can be, yeah.
Cosplay more if it was less expensive.
Mauve.
Yeah, it's for me it's prohibitively expensive because I can't make stuff like you do, and
yeah, that's part of the problem. It can be cheap if you know how to make it cheap. So, but everything in this costume is from the thrift store / from the dollar store / from the clearance section of other stores.
Nice. Did you fabricate any pieces of it?
I made all of it. So like this dress is a bed sheet, or was a bed sheet.
Okay.
Before it became this dress. And the cloak is another bed sheet. And the whatever color belt, that mint colored belt, is a t-shirt from the thrift store, cut into a belt shape. And then the boots are from the All Shoes $6.95 and above Chinese shoe store that is in my area. So the boots were like in the clearance area, they were like $10. And then the little castle tops on the tops of the boots is placemats from the thrift store. And I just assembled it all to be, you know, a cosplay.
Yeah, thank you for doing it. I haven't seen your CosFreePlay post of this week.
Oh, it was about Dungeons & Dragons Shadow over Mystara.
I'm gonna grab it.
The classic Dungeons & Dragons arcade game. Very much like Gauntlet-esque.
Yes, I forget which free play that was at, but definitely was at a free play.
I'm pretty sure it was at Arlington.
Yeah, it spent some time in Arlington. I think it was at Richardson as well.
Yeah. Are there multiple D&D games at
yes.
free play? I feel like there was a time when there was at Arlington and Richardson.
I don't know if there were multiple different ones. I know. I remember there was a cart that suicided at one point, and they got another one. I don't know if there were ever two on the floor at the same time. I don't know if there were ever two at free play at the same time. I'm gonna pull up the. Just cover me up even more. So this is this week's CosFreePlay. I'll just bring that over there.
Yeah. So basically, as in every week when I do CosFreePlay, it basically inspires me to do a cosplay of whatever thing that I've Googled because I'm upset that there's not more cosplay from this thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm upset that there's not more cosplay from Shadow over Mystara because all the characters have really cool design.
They really do. Yeah, it's a CPS2 game, I believe. Just like Super Turbo or many of those Capcom fighters. And beat 'em ups and fighters are very, very related, but those D&D beat 'em ups were really, really good. Andy Neb says it was indeed at Arlington. We should start a stealth cosplay for CosFreePlay. I don't know what that means. Yeah, there's some good ones there. So many of the wands. So this is but yours is a D&D cosplay, or it's from the D&D game. It's from the cartoon.
If you look in the lower right of my CosFreePlay post.
So are all these cosplays that I see as part of the post from the game or from the cartoon, or?
They're from the game.
They're from the game. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was the only cosplay I could find from the game. Is assuming these are all from the same shoot, the same people. So I was like, come on, more people should cosplay from this game because they're cool. So we talked about it on the post. There were other people who said we should do a whole group. So anyone who wants to join me, I claim the elf. She looks pretty rad. She wears green. She kind of looks like a crossover between Link and Zelda. So I'm here for it, and I want a group when all this is over.
Who could I do? Let's see. I don't know that I have the facial hair to pull off that that guy with the cloak. Maybe we could get Matt Johnson to do that one. And I'm not. So I guess I don't know if there's. Can I be the skeleton?
Sure. You can be a villain.
I don't think I'm not bearded enough for the guy with the beard. I'm not buff enough for the tall guy. Although I am tall, so there is that. I'm definitely too tall for the dwarf. So maybe it's up to you. I could do the guy with the breastplate there, or the skeleton.
I would say you can do whatever would be the easiest for you to do.
With
because
me,
as established, you don't know how to make things.
Yes, correct. I don't know how to make things. I just sort of I could stand there while you fabricated around me. That's about it.
You could probably buy like a really cheap like armor thing on Amazonian and then like spray paint it the right color.
So what's Lego saying there? Let's have Camber do a famous painting or a couple of them. It could be hilarious. Does that mean like dressing up as, like cosplaying as the Mona Lisa?
Yeah, so there was a whole group of, like one of the art museums was like, hey, people, you should try to dress up like our paintings. To like recreate them since you can't go see them.
Right.
And there was a lot of really good people just using like bed sheets and pillows to like wrap around themselves and pretend like they were paintings. They were pretty legit.
Nice. Yeah, you could be the girl with the pearl earring. Is that what it is?
I think that's a painting. I never had to take an art history class because I took actual art. So, you know, I don't know the name of any painting. I'm doing a really bad job at putting on eyeliner, not looking in my mirror.
I can't do eyeliner.
I've
worn eyeliner maybe once in my life, and it was like maybe twice. And both times it was I just blink. Like I was trying so hard, but the one time when my reflexes betrayed me, I couldn't get away from the reflexes of wanting to blink. Like,
yeah, it's a struggle.
Oh my goodness.
Really, it's a struggle. Like there's always one eye that's a lot easier to do than the other. So I always start with the good one, and then I just butcher the second one, which is what I'm about to do.
Yeah, the last time I had to do it was for my Halloween costume last year when I was a zombie. I think you were there for that, right?
I saw the pictures of it because you actually had a friend of mine do your makeup.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Also a friend of FreePlay Emily.
Yeah. When you asked, like, do you know anyone who does makeup? And then she was like, oh, I have someone. I was like, oh, okay. Well, if that doesn't work out, I'll let him know about mine. And then it turned out to be the same person. So.
Yeah, she was fantastic, and very not very judgmental of me blinking too much. No, I really appreciated her professionalism, and it was an expensive makeup job, and it was worth every penny because she did an amazing job and
Yeah, it
tolerated
looked
my
really
blinking.
good.
Yeah, and it was funny because we were discussing over the levels that I wanted to do, and I was like, well, I don't want anything. I forget the level of prosthetics that I didn't want. Like I needed to be able to work the microphone and continue to run this event, so I couldn't have anything covering up my mouth. But beyond that, I was like, go crazy, go as gory and as crazy as you want it to be. And
Yeah,
she was like,
it was pretty gory.
yeah, she's like, that's what I wanted to hear. And suddenly I had missing teeth, and they were exposed wounds, and you could see through my cheek. It was really incredible at the end.
Yeah, it was super cool. Honestly, I'm not sure looking at this mirror is any worse than looking at myself in the viewfinder. I feel like it's all bad.
Mm-hmm. You look fine. I'm sure you're gonna do great.
Now the fun part, I gotta add freckles to my face. I don't have freckles.
So we were just talking about 80s stuff, and that's what inspired you to do Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, because we had talked about, Rad so much last week, which ironically, so Rad is getting released as a official DVD soon, and the company that is doing it messaged me on Instagram because they saw my pictures of me with Crew Jones from Helltrack, and posted pictures of me on their Instagram, and were so excited about my cosplay and stuff, and I was like, I'm so excited to see this movie on DVD. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. They should have some sort of event where they fly you out to cosplay.
That would be awesome. If you're listening right now, I don't remember what the name of the company was, something with a V. Please fly me to California.
When you're able to fly again, of course.
Yes, of course, because we all know that's not happening anytime soon.
Yeah, which sucks. Ricky Box is offering to let you borrow freckles. That's very kind of him.
Oh, that is very kind. Oh gosh, because I'm doing a really... I need to adjust how poorly I've done these freckles. I haven't done freckles since I did a Tracer cosplay, and that was 4 years ago. So,
So, how has life been for you the last week, Kimber?
It's been the same that it was last week. I went to work every day at my own house, where I always go to work because I work for myself. And
You do 3D printing, right?
3D printing, 3D modeling, all that kind of stuff.
Have you had a slowing of orders or more orders? It's
been maybe a little bit slower because we've been working on other stuff. We're also in the process of building me a new room in my house, and my dad's been trying to build a slide in our house. So there's been a lot of other things going on, so not as much focusing on what I'm doing. But I did just have a meeting today with a lawyer about one of our patents that we're working on for something that we've been designing. So that was fun.
Yeah, you guys, I've been asking everybody about their side hustle, what they're doing on the side to make money with society collapsing and all. And you guys are just made of them. Y'all have tons of them.
As I like to say, our entire life is like a side business.
Yes.
When people ask me oh, what do you do for a living? It's oh, I work 5 different side jobs.
Right.
No real job. They're all just the equivalent of a side hustle, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. That's accurate. Yeah, you guys have a little bit of everything that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it makes life exciting. I can't imagine people who just go to an office every day and sit. I did that for 2 summers working at Neiman Marcus, and it was a beating. A good job, but just boring.
Yeah, I don't know that I can see that life for you. Just you're too good at this one.
Sure. Something like that. The freckles are getting worse. Luckily, y'all can't see them on stream because I'm too far away.
Oh yeah. Well, they look all right. They're not that bad.
They're they're just too big. This is not. I can't remember what I used last time I did them, but it definitely wasn't this. And this is too big.
You are cosplaying as a cartoon character also, so if they're a bit cartoonish, then so be it.
True. We'll claim that was what I was going for.
So what are you 3D printing this week?
I've been working on. I'm gonna butcher whatever it actually does, and my brother is listening, so he's gonna know.
I'm sure he won't be judgmental at all.
I've been 3D printing something for his car. It's a Sarah, which is a Japanese car he had imported from Japan. Has like Lamborghini doors that pop up. But I'm 3D printing some piece that there's like two pieces that slide together, and the way it was made, the piece has been like popping out. And so I'm like printing him a piece to keep the piece in place. It has something to do with glass. I don't know if it's like for one of the windows or for one of the doors. He didn't really explain it to me. He just said, make this. So that's what I've been doing. And I think it's done. I'm pretty sure I like finished it, printed it today, and it looked good.
Did he model it, or did you, or did it come from the internet?
I like used a piece that he already had and kind of like modeled a cap around it. So it's like I made it myself, but it was based off of what he handed me.
Is that from your art history or art? You said you took an art class, right?
Yes, I mean I have a degree in graphic design, is what I went to college for. But then I went to college for graphic design, and I worked at Neiman Marcus a couple of summers doing like photoshopping models, and then I worked at a company, like a new company, and I did all their graphics and website and social media and what for about a year, and then they let me go because they couldn't afford to keep me because their business wasn't doing that great. And so when that all happened, my dad was like, you know, I've always wanted to do 3D print things, but you know what none of us know how to do? 3D print things. Why don't you go to school and figure it out? So I went and took a 1-week long class on how to do SolidWorks. And then I started doing full-time 3D modeling. And that was about a year and a few months. So I kind of just one day decided I was going to know how to do 3D modeling, and then I learned it.
Yeah, let's see. Trying to get an image of a Toyota Sarah for Cross, who was calling for it. We'll get there eventually. I definitely see them.
It's kind of like riding in a goldfish bowl / like a Jetson spaceship. That's how I would describe it.
It looks pretty weird. No, that's not a good one. How did he get into this, by the way?
What, weird foreign cars?
This specific weird foreign car.
Oh. Well, he has an obsession with Toyotas. He owns.
I like the Yaris in my garage.
Yeah, he owns a Toronto 86, which is like the car from the anime Initial D, which is like the big car racing anime. It's actually really good if you like car racing. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, we had Initial D3 in at Denton for the longest time.
Yeah, so I think he just kind of got into doing that, and now he owns a Privia, which is like a big, ugly van, but also really cute at the same time.
There's a Sarah.
And now he just keeps getting foreign cars, and he likes right-hand drive cars, and he just likes cool cars that are weird.
All right, so what piece are you making? The doors hit or something?
I'm doing some sort of piece that is holding some sort of glass in place. Maybe if I talk about it long enough, Cross will be watching it on stream and he can explain it in the chat. Because I'm not 100% sure what I'm making. I just know I'm making a piece stay where it's supposed to stay.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's the limit. I hate the lipstick I just put on. It's the worst. We're going to put lip gloss over the top of it.
There's no way it's the worst.
It's like really... Oh, this is making a really weird color. I really don't like lipstick. Lipstick is the bane of my existence. It looks good on other people. It feels disgusting on yourself.
Depends on how you got it there. Let me
there you
take
go.
that down.
Cross is explaining that Toyota is very reliable cars.
That's true.
Because he is a mechanic and he knows that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, I've been driving around in a Yaris for 3 years now, something like that, and no issues. Like, I've been driving the doors off of it, except the doors stay on. It's pretty cool. I've even driven it as far out as Camber's house, which is far. Holy cow.
It's not that bad. It's like an hour.
No, it's not that bad.
Oh gosh. I wear this wig so much that it needs a relaxation.
How many costumes has that been a part of?
I think like 4. I originally bought it for a different character plus this character. I was like, this will be perfect for Sheila. It's also perfect for a different character. I'll buy it. And then I ended up wearing like a really fastly thrown together Charizard costume for Halloween, and I wore this because it was the only vaguely orange colored wig I had. And then I've worn it for 2 other D&D related cosplays. So I've also worn it for like Japanese fashion and hanging out with people wearing cute clothes. I've worn it for that too. It's a good wig. It's like the best wig I've ever bought, probably.
Is that the one you had at QuakeCon? I think I remember this wig.
No.
No?
I was like very bright redhead at QuakeCon. I was Kairi from Kingdom Hearts.
Heard QuakeCon got officially canceled this week. Sad.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I heard about all that kind of stuff just keeps coming up.
Yeah. I'm assuming that 2020 is a wash. Already my least favorite year ever.
Yeah, it's definitely been it's been something, all right. See if I can attempt to put on a belt. I never figured out how I was going to attach this belt. I probably need to do Velcro, so it's not fully done.
Well, you did make it all in less than a week.
That's true. So, sometimes you got to put it all on to decide what you hate about it. Oh, I should put my boots on first. And see, this is the thing about cheap costumes. So, like, this wig I've used, like, 100 times, so it makes it cheaper. These boots I made to where I can remove this little detail, so I can possibly wear these boots again if I ever need over-the-knee boots for any other reason, which I don't know why I would, but, you never know.
I mean, I think Naomi prefers those, so...
This is the only pair of over-the-knee boots I've ever bought, and I don't know how I feel about them. I have the struggle that my legs are really skinny, so boots are made for people with bigger calves and thighs, and so they're always just like, they just look dumb on my legs, because it's like this super wide boot and then my tiny leg coming out of it. So I'm like, no. So that's why I thrift most of my boots in the hope that I can find boots that fit my legs.
So much car talk happening. Looks like Cross's impromptu car show that he was always wanting is happening right now.
That's what happens when he's around. He just starts talking about cars.
Fair enough. As long as there's people to talk with.
See, I'm glad he's here because I don't know enough of the...
Yeah,
enough
I
to
have
talk about it, and he knows a lot.
no idea. I can barely spell Yaris. That's only 5 letters.
But I have car-themed cosplays that I want to do.
Wait, you want to dress up as a car?
I don't want to dress up as a car, but I definitely want to do some sort of... So there's a lot of, like, pin-up art. What's his name? Gil Evergreen or something? Evergreen. He's, like, a really famous pin-up artist, painter from back in the day. And there's a lot of, like, car-related ones where it's, like, obviously, I don't do anything very scandalous, so it would be like a 50s style dress posing next to a car. But I really want to do one based on the 8.6 from Initial D. Put like the Japanese writing on it and everything, and do like a big petticoat 50s dress, 50s housewife style outfit.
So I always think of the woman from the Ridge Racer series, which I don't know if she is the same as the woman in the arcade game. So Ridge Racer's a Namco game. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Maybe if I saw the like art of it or something.
Yeah, I'll bring it up here in a sec. Hopefully, if I can find a nice JPEG to put up there. There we go. That'll work. So there's been basically a flag girl and a woman who appears in all Ridge Racer games and has since the very beginning. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, so the track that's the default track in Ridge Racer is the track from Pole Position, the arcade game. And like it's carried all the way this time. All this blah, 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 blah. It has been the same track the entire time. Now it looks way different now. And I think like the Ridge Racer 1 track, like that's the one where sort of becomes apparent that, like, oh, they keep doing this track again and again and again, and it has this hump that you end up jumping over. And I know every time I hit that little bump, I'm like, oh, yep, that's it again. There we go. It's on screen now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but if you beat pole position, there is a woman with brown hair waving a flag at the end, and I'm guessing that it is intended to be the same woman all the way through. But yeah. There you go. I don't know if that's too scandalous for you. I doubt it.
No, I could do that. I have a very similar looking dress, minus like the triangles. But that's definitely something that is within my realm of possibility. I am struggling so hard with safety pins today. I am definitely not going to future safety pin this to myself because it takes way too long, and I can't figure out how to do it. I need snaps.
Good to see Jason Palmer's in the chat. Palmer had himself a trip to Tennessee. Palmer, have you moved to Tennessee? Are you coming back? Is this just an extended trip? What's going on? I need to know. Looks like we've frozen Camber. I'm going to try and refresh that. He'll be back. Good to hear. There we go. You're back. Yeah, glad you'll be back. We do need you to check in at some point with a live remote update on Tennessee.
That's fun.
Yeah, him and Andrew went out to Tennessee. Good.
For what reason?
I don't know. It's up to Jason to say. Not sure. I think it was family, but who knows. But I know.
Is my brother dogging on Miatas in the chat? Excuse me, sir.
Probably. Is that your racy looking car?
Yeah.
That's a Miata.
We bought it to race, and then I just claimed it as my own car because I really like small cars.
Do you have trouble not speeding in that thing?
It's like 50-50. I feel like sometimes I'm riding and I'm like, oh, I'm going under the speed limit. Other times I'm like, oh gosh, I'm going like 90. I should stop. It's more of just like going around corners fast. Because it's so low to the ground and like you can just like zip around. So that's more of what I do in it. Zip.
We were asking these questions over the weekend at while I was delivery driving for Free Play Richardson. I was volunteering. What was your first car?
My first car was a '68 Mustang, all original, that we bought from one of our customers at the shop. That was the car I drove all through high school. It was like a pale yellow color. I'm assuming it used to be yellow back in the 60s, and it became whatever color it was. But it had a vinyl top that was white, and it was amazing. It was the best car ever. And then I was stopped at a stop sign, and an old lady ran into me.
Oh no.
And, ruined its value, because now it's no longer all original, because we're going to have to fix it. So I cried for like 2 days straight.
Was it a Mustang Coupe?
Yes.
It was?
I was trying to think. I was like, coupe between it was a coupe, not a fastback. But yeah, had like a white vinyl top, and it was super dope. Had all black interior. So it was very, very hot in the summer.
Yeah, I found a picture. Probably not exactly it, but good as I can find. So you win, by the way. You win whatever non-competition that was. That is definitely the best first car I've heard so far.
Yeah, I kind of got lucky. So my dream car had always been a slug bug. I really wanted a slug bug. And so I think when I was like, I don't know, 14 or 13, we had the opportunity to buy a slug bug. But my dad is like, you're not 16 yet, and I don't want to hold on to this car for like 3 years. Yeah, it looked like that, except much more pale yellow.
Yeah, and a white top, you said, right?
But anyway, yeah, so I ended up getting that slug bug, and then when I was 15, the lady came in and was like, hey, I'm moving, and I'm trying to sell this car. Are you guys interested? And my dad's like, well, you know, my daughter's going to be turning 16 pretty soon, so I'll see if she wants it. And I was like, yes, I want this old yellow Mustang. Yellow is my favorite color. Absolutely. And so we acquired it, and I drove it. And I was the cool kid at school. People would stop me in the parking lot and be like, that's your car?
Yes, I bet.
That's me. So many guys were like, "Can I ride in your car? Can I drive your?" I'm like, no.
Did you ever let a guy drive your car?
No.
Nice. That's what I wanted to hear. Good job.
Absolutely not. I had many guys offer me their numbers and offer to want to ride in my car, and I'm like, no.
Oh, did you give them in? I assume you gave some of them a ride. Did you do that?
No.
No? Wow, nice.
I don't
Baller.
like guys.
What's that?
But I don't like guys. I don't want to date guys. I don't want to give them the idea that they might get to ride in my car with me. Unacceptable.
Let's see. Oh, the other question we were asking: how fast have you? What's the fastest you've driven?
Probably only like 90 on the highway.
Mm-hmm. How about it in racing environments? Do you know?
However fast my Razor 800 would go, because we would race. There's a race up in Oklahoma where half of it is on the dirt and half of it is on the asphalt, and so you would be going at top speed down the asphalt, down the straightaways, and around the corners. So I was probably going like, I don't know, 60 or 70.
Gotcha.
So, but not like, I mean, even like around the corners and stuff, you were going that fast because it was like tucked low to the ground and whatnot. So
yeah, if part of it is not on asphalt, then yeah, I can understand why you wouldn't.
But that was a lot of fun. So, and I definitely go a lot slower than that on my dirt bike, because I am not that skilled on my dirt bike.
How's it going?
My brother is correcting me that I do in fact like guys. I just don't want to date them.
Okay, see you then.
That's an accurate statement.
Allison says goodbye. She's out till our 10 a.m. walk.
See, it's confusing because it looks like you're at free play, and I'm like, why is she at free play? And it's like, oh wait.
Yeah, no, not there, sadly. Gory had that same problem. It's a green screen, very effective green screen.
I saw when you were talking to her that it went to green screen, and I was like, what? I thought you were free play this whole time.
No,
I feel like I shit.
I have been me too. I've been stuck at home in this room like everybody else. Be right back. Yes.
Oh no, I've been left. I've been abandoned. Oh no. Now do I do? See? Look, it's all on. Ooh, ah. I gotta figure out how to fix these. These are like from Daiso. You can buy a kit to cover a button with fabric. So I had to do that so I could cover these buttons to match this cape. But now I don't have a way to attach them to the shirt. And so I gotta figure out how to do that, because obviously safety pins is too much of a struggle. So I probably need like snaps, or I don't want to sew it to the shirt because then I feel like it'll be hard to get on. So I gotta figure out something. But pan down. It's very boring. I have boots though. Ooh ah, ooh ah. These boots are actually really comfortable, and I'm very glad that I purchased them. But I will literally make any costume that involves having a hood. That is like my rule now. I've made like 5 cloaks for costumes because I just have an obsession with hoods and cloaks. But the past few cloaks I've made have been like double lined, like fabric on the inside and the outside, so they're really, really heavy. It's kind of nice because it's not heavy. Also, I wish this character had like, she doesn't have like weapons. I feel like she's like the thief / rogue of the story, and usually that means they would have like daggers or blades or something, but she doesn't. She just has this cloak because it makes her go invisible. So it's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Having a very Talladega Nights moment. I don't know how I'm gonna pose when I wear this costume. And yes, brother of mine, my shirt isn't quite the right shade of purple. That's because I thrifted everything and I scoured to find the vaguely correct shade of purple for this outfit. And it was a struggle to even find this color. I was gonna find this picture that's up is like a drawing of her. It's like the most accurate full body picture I could find, but an actual like image of her from the show is still not really the same color purple that I'm currently wearing. But that's like her actually from the show. Ooh ah, ooh ah. Yeah, it's still not quite right, but I could never find, everything was like too pink, and you know. Ooh, I could get lockpicky looking things. That is a thing that these. I don't know if does she ever lockpick anything in the show? I need to go back and watch the show again. I had watched it all on YouTube, but then I found the DVD like box set. I say box set, it's only one season. The DVD series from Half Price Books. So I need to go back and watch it all again on like actual DVD and not on sketchy YouTube. But
so, you have seen it though?
Mhm. Yeah, I
not.
didn't realize it was a thing for a long time, and then I kept seeing this like art pop up of the Dungeon Master from the show, and was like, who is this character? Like, what is this guy from? And I was like, wait, there was a cartoon on TV called Dungeons and Dragons. I have to watch it now. And I watched like all of it a couple of days because it's only like short episodes, and there was like one season.
Yeah,
so,
I'm vaguely aware that it was a thing.
Watch.
Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm more familiar with the. I'm more familiar with the Pac-Man TV show from the 80s.
I did watch that a little bit too.
Yeah, that had more of my attention than Dungeons and Dragons at the time. At that time in the 80s, all I remembered was, scary media reports that Dungeons and Dragons were the devil.
Yeah, so it's actually, before all this chaos happened, my cosplay friends and I were actually planning on having a like watch party because there was an old movie during the Satanic Panic 80s nonsense called Mazes and Monsters, and it was like a movie about a bunch of kids who started playing the game Mazes and Monsters, and they like became Satanists, and it was like supposed to warn parents to not let their kids play D&D. I want to watch it because I watched the trailer for it and it looks hilarious. It looks so poorly made. And Tom Hanks was the lead. Thank you, Jason Palmer. And so I was like, I have to watch this movie.
Oh, here. You're turning into robot garbledness.
Yeah.
Internet, your bathroom is failing us. Here, let's Here, I'm just gonna leave the call and then call her again.
Oh no.
And you're back. And it looks good now.
Okay.
Fixed it. I turned it off and turned it on again.
Okay. That's
right.
Always the way.
Yeah. So, sorry. You were talking about watching cartoons about Tom Hanks becoming a Satanist.
Yes. I was going to end it with Dungeons and Dragons is not evil.
No.
I have this I've started like DMing a game for a bunch of youth from our church. And a lot of the parents were like, I don't think you shouldn't be going over there and playing Demons and Dragons. Like, that's not a good thing. And we were like, it's not what it is. Nope, it's not. Nope.
Right.
And I would like try to explain to their parents like some of the games that we had is like literally one session our players bought a house and there was a ghost in it and they went and bought a Ghostbusters vacuum to vacuum out the ghost. Like, it's not an evil game. It's a game of fun. Right. Like, it's fine. It's only like weird if you make it weird.
Yeah, unless you have an evil DM. But
yeah, like we don't play any of the
I've generally known you to not be evil, Camber.
Yes, I like to think that I'm not. And to answer Lady Zest, who asked what edition we were playing, I've only DM'd 5e 5th edition, but I have played 1st edition at FreePlay. I don't remember who it was, asked if I wanted to play D&D, and we played 1st edition, and it was the trippiest thing I've ever experienced, because I've never played 1st edition, and it's like super weird.
Yeah, it was weird. Like genders had different stats in that one. It was really weird.
It was just like the way you rolled was not the same. Like, you obviously you rolled the dice the same, but like the way you added up the math was different, and so it was like super bizarre. It was not the way I had expected going into it. And the guy who was DMing was also just kind of odd. He was very much like to the point on everything. There was no fun to it. I feel like it was very like,
yeah. If you're still playing 1st edition in whatever year that was, you probably are a stickler for everything. If you haven't moved on to the 70 different types of D&D there are now.
Yeah. So I also appreciate that my brother is mentioning that he also played one session of my game that I DM'd, and he played Trogdor the Burninator, and he literally just ran around burninating the countryside, and he burninated a small child as well, and it was pretty great.
Nice.
He said he didn't enjoy playing, but honestly, he was the best player at the table.
Why would you not enjoy playing as Trogdor? I want to play Trogdor.
Yeah, I really like 5th edition Lady Zest. I like it more than the other ones I've played, but I've also never played like Pathfinder or a lot of the other ones, so I don't know the difference. I was just introduced into 5e, so that's what I know.
I know Jerry D. Owls streams every Wednesday. I think he's busy today, but
Mm-hmm.
he would be chiming in here instantaneously. But I'm not sure what edition he's doing. It's. I mean, he's doing it online, so it's probably the online enabled one.
Yeah, I know there's like a lot of people say 3.5 is the best, which I've never played 3.5, so I don't know. But a lot of people are like, you shouldn't play 5e, you should play 3.5. I was gonna play one time, and then the DM didn't show up, and a lot of other stuff happened. I didn't get to play, but I mostly just know 5th edition. But
I,
I enjoy the games I've played. I've played a few long-term games. I'm in the middle of what I assume will probably be a long-term game. We've been playing for several months now over Skype, so
I think I'm with Lady
fun.
Zest. I haven't actually. No, I played like very very little, but I think it was 3.5, and it was to say I played it is overstating it. I read every book, and I thought this game seems cool, and I don't have time for it. But I did read the entire player's manual and the DM guide, and I was like, this
Well,
sounds
that's
like
your
fun.
problem. You're not supposed to read all those books. that's that's way too much information. You don't need to know all of that. You just need the person running the game to understand the rules. Honestly, as long as the DM knows what they're doing, they can explain it to everybody else, and it's not
Right.
as complicated.
So if my friends were going to get into it, I would have to be the DM because I believe it or not, I have a personality that is conducive to creating groups of people playing a game. So if it was ever going to happen, it would have to be on me, which is kind of the story of my life.
Yeah, I know. I've been a little bit of both. The very first game I ever played was some kids from our church, and they were like, "Oh, you should play," and I'd always wanted to. And I come in, and it's a TPK first night. We all die,
Hmm.
the game just ends. And I was like, "Oh, like is that how D&D normally works? I don't really understand." And they were like, "No, like y'all just made a lot of mistakes, and it kind of worked out poorly." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like I came in and screwed up y'all's game." And they were like, "No, it's cool. Like we'll start a new game, and you should DM it because I like to write novels and I'm a like storyteller." And so like, you should do it. And I was like, I literally have only played like 2 hours of D&D and we all died. I feel like that's a terrible idea to tell me that I should lead the game.
Hmm.
And then I did start leading the game, and it actually went fairly well for like a few months until they all left for college, and then we stopped playing.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, everybody's offering to run a game for me now. I my main problem is I don't have time. Just like I can't get into all your WoW classic games, and yeah, it just I recognize the greatness of it.
yeah,
I do
it's
recognize it.
definitely time consuming.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think I can spend that much time doing it.
Yeah, but I definitely, if you ever just have the time to play like one session, like just play like one shot with someone just to like get your creative juices flowing, I
Hmm.
highly recommend it. Because even just like playing once is fun, and you can play like a 1 3 hour session or whatever, and then just never play again. I've done that a few times with people.
Yeah, yeah, it does sound fun. Like I do. At least one time in my life, I want to try it for sure.
I think if all this blows over and chaos no longer ensues, we should do one on the roof of Free Play Fort Worth.
You DMing?
Because sure,
Then I'm
I
in.
can make that happen. Or we can summon one of these other 87 people who said they'll do it. Either way, I'm always down to
Yeah, but you have
have
the
it.
D&D cosplay on while you're doing it. It seems so much more legit.
I mean, I will. I can make that
I
happen.
know you can. You're doing it right now in front of us.
So yeah, I'm always down to run a game. I haven't run one in a while since chaos happened and youth have been busy. But it's just it's like a fun like improv or like writing a book, but you don't get to write any of the important bits. All that stuff just happens in front of you.
Hmm.
So
So have you been playing any games this week?
Animal Crossing.
I Everybody has, so
Yeah,
don't feel
I know
alone.
it's very weird because I've played every Animal Crossing since the GameCube,
Hmm.
and I played the GameCube one a lot, and so to for it to be like a really popular thing right now, and like everyone's playing it, all my friends have it, and we've all been like going to each other's islands every day and stuff. It's kind of like a surreal experience because I've never played Animal Crossing with anybody else.
Hmm.
I've always just it's been like I just go to my room and I play some Animal Crossing and go to bed, and now it's like they all want to get together and like I don't know, take pictures and play tag and play hide and seek, and I'm like, I kind of just want to fish by myself. Like, this is kind of weird. And maybe it's just because I'm not a very social person, but it just like it's such a weird, like, way to play Animal Crossing with other people. So
I do feel like I'm missing out right now on that, and on Tiger King. Right, that's the show everybody's watching.
I have not watched Tiger King, but I keep hearing so much garbage about it.
Right. Yeah, and I actually like I've been watching season 3 of Castlevania, the anime on Netflix.
I haven't watched season 3 yet, but I've seen the other 2.
Yeah, I'm a couple episodes in, and it's still high quality. But I looked at Tiger King, and I was like, it's right there, and I should watch it. But I feel like I need to. I feel like I'm missing out right now because I jumped into Pokemon Go the moment it came out, like day one, because
As we all did.
Well, some people didn't. I mean, a lot did. Clearly, a lot did. But if you didn't jump in that first week, then you have a completely different experience than everybody did that first week. So everybody is pinned at home playing Animal Crossing right now, and they are all having this surreal communal experience. As usually we're diverse. We're doing everything all the time, and no one would even know what rad was, much less the fact that someone actually did Hell Track and cosplayed it, and it was in the DFW Metroplex. Like,
yep.
That's just beyond most people's like realm of knowing, and then everybody is playing Animal Crossing right now because everybody has to do something. But
exactly, it's like it really came out at like a really pivotal time.
Yes.
I think
Doom Eternal as well.
That you can really dedicate a lot of time to, and now people have like infinite time to dedicate. So
speak for yourself.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't either. I also still work, so it's weird because like one of my friends who lives up in Maryland, her and her husband, so she owned a Switch. And she bought Animal Crossing. And then her husband was like, I want to play more, and you're always playing. So he went out and bought a second Switch so that they could both play. And then after like 3 days of playing, he's like, okay, I want to buy a third Switch so I can have an extra town that I can like time travel in and cheat in and get lots of money. And then, send all of that to my good account. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, are people have, no, unacceptable. Don't buy a third Switch in your household.
Lady Zest says Switches are now going for a little under $500. If that's the case, then sell your Switch.
Yes.
Sell your Switch right now.
I told her. I was like, buy that Switch, use it for like 2 weeks, and then sell it for like $500. Because apparently, like, they're like sold out almost, like a lot of game systems are sold out almost everywhere because people are buying them up because they got nothing better to do with their life.
Yeah, so, straight up. If you're listening to this stream and you have a Switch and it can go for $500, then sell it and let's get on Fightcade 2 and play some games. Like, well, apparently Lady Zest has a limited edition one, so you sell yours for $2,000.
I know. I wanted the limited edition one, but they were sold out, so we didn't get one. But it's fine. We had one Switch already, and I'm borrowing a second Switch from a friend who never plays their Switch, and I'm using it for my Animal Crossing town. So we kind of got lucky that we didn't have to buy a second one because Cross and his wife and their kids are all playing on one account, and then I have my own because I want to keep my town separate. I don't want young children running around in my town. It's important.
But you have your slide. Well, wait, you don't have a slide yet. Can we see the slide when it gets done? Is it imminent?
Sure. Yeah, he actually got a lot of it welded together today because it's all made out of metal. And so I know he welded and like grinded on the welds today, so it should be coming. I like to say soon.
Yeah, if you don't mind sharing, I would love to share pictures of the inside of your house, like the swing, because you have a swing.
Yeah. 2 swings actually. We had a second one added at Christmas, so we have 2 grandkids.
There you go. Two swings. Also, the race car bed is amazing.
Yes, race car bed that has actual racing game simulator inside of it, so you can sit and play iRacing and Initial D.
Yeah, if you don't mind sharing, maybe just one a week since you're doing the cosplays one a week, we can show the different insane elaborate constructions you guys have. Yeah, and swings, slides, race car beds with race car games. Her house is killer. The Kirchmeier house is killer. What else? We
are in the process of adding a whole nother room to the house. That will be my sewing workshop.
Right.
So it's like 60% done. It doesn't have any walls yet.
Yeah, it's full. Was it 4 3D printers you have going now?
Oh, I have more than that.
More than that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have 6.
6 3D printers. Are they all in the same room still? The crafting room? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They're all like kind of in a corner, and then all my sewing stuff is in the other corner.
Right.
So we need a bigger room so I can move all my sewing stuff and have more space for 3D printers.
Yeah. And then like all the retro game systems that you could imagine. Well, maybe not all. There's somebody. There are people in this chat, I'm sure, that have more retro systems than you.
Probably.
But a lot. Yes, Lady This has got it.
Board games as we have, because we have like 500 board games
Yes.
stacked on a wall as well.
Yeah, like literally like a wall that's bigger than this entire room filled with board games.
Yes, very much.
And wonderful. I have a significant amount over there. Well, and when you're not in the building, a significant amount. But nobody to play them with. This is infuriating.
I know, that's the problem. It's like, man, I really wish there was a way to like play board games over Skype or something, because a few of our youth kids have been like itching to, because they have no school, they have nothing to do. Like, I want to come over and play board games. My parents won't let me because social distancing.
Yeah,
like, yeah, it's probably a good idea.
You can do D&D.
That's true. That's why I said it. I was like, if one of y'all wants to play D&D, like, we'll like set up a Skype call and we can do something like that. But it's not the same.
Yeah, Mental Lizard says tabletop simulator. I don't. It would be difficult to try and play, because you could potentially, I guess, get the same board game depending on the game and try and set it up with cameras and stuff.
A few you could possibly do over the internet, but a lot probably not. But they have like, Monopoly and stuff on PlayStation. I don't know if those work cross PlayStations, but
yeah,
nobody likes Monopoly anyway, so.
Or cross, right?
Also true. He's probably not listening anymore. There hasn't been any car talk for a while. He probably tuned out.
Nah. He's still there farming information to use against you later, I'm sure.
Probably. Wouldn't surprise me. It's what he does most of the time in his life.
So thank you for the cosplay. Is this all done?
Yeah. I kind of
can we see it?
vaguely panned down while you were gone. But I have my little belt, and I have my shoes. I'll try to pan down more.
Yeah.
I got my shoes with their little castle tops. I still feel like I need to do more work on maybe elasticizing them to keep them up, because my legs are small. And I gotta figure out how to attach these better, because I don't like safety pins.
Well, do you plan to wear this one out, or is this a one-timer?
I'm thinking I might, if the apocalypse ends, I was thinking about wearing it to Scarborough Fair whenever they open up.
Oh, nice. If they open up this year?
Yeah, a friend of mine usually gets like a season pass every year, so she goes like all the time. So I was thinking about, I feel like this would be a good Scarborough outfit. Yeah,
my roommate's basically royalty out there. She gets me into like the bars behind the different shops, where all the performers are. And she gets me into trouble by saying, just walk back there. And then I'm like, well, but like I'm not you. I'm not the princess of Scarborough Fair. And then when I listen to her advice and I go there, they just look at me and throw me out.
Yeah. Well, it's actually funny that you say that, because the king of Scarborough is a really big fan of Critical Role, the D&D web show that we all dress up from. So we actually were all in Critical Role cosplay last year, and he let us walk in his parade. He just was like, oh yeah, I need all of y'all in here, and then he like let us take pictures with him, and like knighted us at the knighting ceremony, like called us all up by our like cosplay names and everything. It was like super cool, and he was messaging one of the girls in our group again this year and was like, y'all are gonna come back again, right? Like I'm working on letting y'all be like my guards in the parade and all this stuff. And I was like, please, that would be awesome.
Nice.
Like, nobody knows who we are except for him, but he's happy about it.
Yeah, I the last time I went to Scarborough Fair, I worked basically every single day until I got laid off for 3 years, including any day I might want to go to Scarborough. So I actually got all dressed up in my outfit, my hat, and everything. Some people may know this in the chat, and I went and filmed our podcast that day in full garb, and then went out to the Scarborough Fair.
Nice.
Yeah, and I forgot about it too until I saw the best of that were playing overnight, and I'm like, oh, there I am in this weird Scarborough Fair outfit. Cool.
That's awesome. Well, if you ever want to go again, hit me up.
Yeah, let's do it. Except I don't know how to dress up as someone from Critical Role.
Well, I mean, you don't have to do that. You can just be generic.
Generic white guy? I'm generic white guy all the time. Except today, I have my
I'm
It's
thinking
Just
of
Banner
making
shirt on because I had TCM.
like an Assassin's Creed outfit. You want to do that?
What's that?
I want to do like an Assassin's Creed assassin.
I'm down. You were my poison, so I owe you one.
I'm down to pretty much do like anything cool. I like being weird. I like being cool.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just
You're,
want to make like a
you're
really
definitely one or
ridiculous
two of
gown.
those. Not sure which one.
Gown.
Well,
But you don't have to be anything fancy. You can just show up.
okay, fair enough. Well, but I like being fancy.
Well, you can be fancy if you want to then.
That's right. That's right. Until I take my Men's Warehouse suit and put it in the dryer, which I may or may not have done at the beginning of the apocalypse. So frustrated at myself.
Wow.
Thank you for joining us. Will you do it again next week?
Sure, I don't know what I'm gonna wear. I don't know if I can make a whole nother costume in a week.
You don't have to make a whole nother costume in a week. You said you had like a whole closet full of them, right?
I do.
Yeah. Literally
I'm
anything would do. So,
Okay.
you down?
Maybe I'll do something more arcade themed.
Yeah, if you got it.
I have a couple of those. I want to do something cool. I feel like none of my arcade costumes are that interesting, but that's just what happens when, you know.
Poison
you don't have
is
something amazing.
interesting, but probably not in the interesting way you want to go.
Yeah.
Plus, it's not really putting on a poison costume. It's like taking off stuff until you have your poison costume.
That's true. Boat Guy is pointing out that season 2 of High Score Girl comes out like next Thursday, so maybe I should be Ono.
Let's do it. Ono, book it.
That'll make sense.
We got Ono next week. Can we get it? Can we book Ono
Yeah.
next week?
Yes.
Awesome.
I will make that happen. We can be Ono.
All right, there you go. Tune in next Thursday at 7, and CosFreePlay Live returns, and Camber will be Ono. That's gonna be cool. It's been a while since I've hung out with her. What's that?
Said I feel like something else vaguely obscure.
Yeah.
Everything I've been doing lately.
If you're Ono too, we should play a game. Maybe we could do Final Fight. I wonder if there's a way that Fightcade can handle Final Fight. Can you do that?
I don't even know what that's on. What is Fightcade?
PC.
Maybe. I'd have to talk to my brother. He's the one who understands how to do computers.
All right, if Cross is here, get in the Discord and let's get that hooked up, because we would love to play.
Is it on like Steam or?
No.
Like
We're all poor and most of us have been laid off. So if it costs money, we can't do it. But we could find a.
I don't know anything about PC gaming because I don't PC game. So.
Well, if Cross can figure it out, we'll figure it out, and we'll find a way to play Final Fight together with Ono, because that seems appropriate.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Camber. Feel free to stick around and play games. I guess you can't do 5K. What can you play with us? You probably got to go to your Animal Crossing meeting anyway, right?
I mean, that's true. I was going to get out of this. Actually was in the middle of sewing something for a different costume. I might go try to finish that real fast. I have like one more seam left to do.
All right.
So I might try to finish that tonight and then play like 5 hours of Animal Crossing.
Well, sounds good. Thank you so much for joining us. Very much appreciate it. Next week, we'll see you and Ono at CosFreePlay Live.
Yeah. Oh no, Cross, just tune back in. I'll talk to you later, Cross. It's fine.
Cross, we need your help setting up Final Fight so we can play remotely when she does Ono next time.
Yeah.
Get into Discord and contact Lego.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye. There you go. How do I follow that up? I can't.